What's going on, y'all? Oh man, what? What a night! What a night! What a night! Oh man, it's a lot. I'm glad. I'm glad last night is over. I'm not even gonna hold y'all because finally, I got so much work to catch up on the computer. This is wild. Um, 59. What's today? The 6th? Oh, today is the 6th. Okay, all right, cool. Um, I guess I'm gonna be doing this through my iPad, which is upstairs, but oh well. Yeah, before I head out to go get Grace and take him to church, I just want to get, if I have any last minute things off my chest before I even step into church. So I want to see something real quick. So yeah, this is random, but it's just something I want to just read because I was scrolling and I saw something and it just made me wonder. So let's see. People who don't want you to change often exhibit traits like being controlling, overly attached to the status quo, fearful of uncertainty, highly traditional, possessive of your current identity, lacking adaptability, excuse me. It may even express subtle disapproval or criticism when you attempt to grow or evolve in a new direction. So let me cite my sources. Um, let's see. I believe that is Strength Accessional 716. And Ethan, good morning. How you feeling? So, is there any way I can click this and I'm doing better now. I'm doing much better now. Much better. Thanks for asking. I appreciate that. Let me switch to this. Let me do that real quick. Um, where am I at on here? Okay, there I go. All right, perfect. So, there it is. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Now, let me see if I can post this in the chat. Yes, I can. There we go. All right. So, let me, oops. All right. Let me get back over here. So, yeah, those are the reason why I don't think people want you to change. which I tend to agree. Uh, it's and if we just focus on let's focus on some things. It's definitely is a form of control. That is a fact because they don't want to see you progress in life. They don't want to see you progress high at a higher scale than they project you to be because you might be smarter than what they perceive, and to them that might be dangerous. That might be dangerous to them. Yeah, oh yeah, let me is there any way I can just yes, I just need to copy the link. Now I never understood that because I'll admit that has been the story of my life is people always wants to hold me to their first expression impression of me, which and I do understand your first impression is your most important impression, expression, whatever shit they say. But also, I also find that to be flawed and dangerous because that means you are not allowed to grow. And if you are forever a student, how can you adopt a philosophy that's going to keep you in the stage in your beginner stage? It doesn't allow growth. If you were a liar when I met you, you're a liar for life, and I don't agree with that, not even a little bit. I do believe that everybody needs to go through some change. Oh, it's all good, Ethan. I appreciate you for pulling up. Thank you, man. Yeah, I do believe in growth. I do believe that people are allowed to change. And I do believe if they believe something before and they feel like, okay, I might need to abandon this thought process, I think they're allowed to do it. And especially if they believe in the same as the facts change, so does my opinion. I I find it disgusting when you try to grow, but people hold you to that first thing that they remember of you. And I'm like, who are you to do that? Um, one, two, three, four. I might have posted the most. Hold on, did I post? Let's see, one, two, three, four, five. Okay, I did it right. So yeah, I don't. I find it distasteful that people don't want you to grow. They got to hold you to the words that you say, and I think that's some goofy shit. But let's continue. Key characteristics, traits of those who don't want you to change. Fear of the unknown, meaning they might feel anxious about the potential negative outcomes of change, preferring the comfort of familiarity. Yeah, they don't, and that's the crazy thing because you do want to grow to a level where there is a level of consistency with your new thoughts and your new ideas. And they one thing that people forget is you might be coming into the change of somebody's of a new thought process. And guess what? They just not have been challenged on what they believed in. And when they get presented a real world situation, and when that idea does not work, it's like, okay, it might have worked in those circumstances, excuse me, but it's not necessarily working here. So, do I need to? Now, some people say that's not a legitimate reason to abandon a thought process or abandon what's been working. one thing is you want to find something that works in all aspects of life, so that way you can hold on to it. So I can understand that, but if I'm trying to get to that point and someone is blocking me from um, graduating to that level, I find that to be incredibly, like I said, I'm just gonna say incredibly foolish. Next characteristic: need for stability. Maintaining or consistent dynamic in a relationship can be crucial for them, making them resist any significant shift. Now that if that's a form of being selfish, honestly. And like I said, we strive not to make any decisions based off selfishness, hatred, or revenge for that matter. And the idea that because there's a positive change, someone around you is making a positive change, and you want them to remain at the starting block, that says a lot about you than about them. Next up, controlling behavior. They may try to manipulate situations or subtly discourage your attempts at change to maintain their preferred version of you. A lot of people, and like I said, I understand the saying, like your first impression, you never get a second chance at a first impression, because when a lot of people see you, when a lot of people hear you, that's the only thing they see moving forward. They don't want to see anything else. So in most cases, this is why I remain silent. I don't speak out on certain topics. I don't speak on things because number one, if I'm not comfortable talking about it, I'm just not going to talk about it. And number two, if I don't have a full thought process on it, I'm not going to speak on it. Like case in point, when it came to anything LGBTQIA related, it took me years, maybe a couple of decades, for me to even publicly speak on it, because the climate always kept changing and you didn't know what direction it was going until I found a stone to settle on, and I said, okay, I could talk about it, and this is my take on it. So um what is this? But when it comes, I'm sorry, I have to read that. But when it comes to other takes, excuse me, when it comes to other situations, I just don't speak on it unless I know. But and also keep in mind, people are not well mature enough to understand that you need to leave room for growth, especially when people do it for them. The fact that they don't return the favor is just extremely selfish. Next up, there's a lot of these. Possessiveness. A deep-seated desire to keep you theirs can lead to resistance against personal growth that might distance you. If right, I do agree with that. If I'm trying to grow as a person, why do you want me to stay in a childlike mainframe? Meaning, you start off as a novice and you're gonna have to mature to adulthood. Yeah, as far as a lack of a better word, but mentally, like I didn't know. There's things that I did not know about. Like for example, oh yeah, well yeah, because I'm about to go to church. When it comes to the Bible, there's some things I just didn't know. I didn't I didn't know. So are you gonna hold me to what I knew back then? Are you just going to hold me to that stance? Or are you going to actually acknowledge the growth and acknowledge my current relationship and intellectualship? I know that's not a word. I just made it up on the spot. Of the Bible? No, because some people rather you stay with the idea of shout out to my friend. A lot of you will rather me stay with the idea of being fruitful and multiply means have sex, make babies, not knowing that that's the surface level of it. But when you get a little bit deeper in context, you're being fruitful by what you implant inside an individual as far as being a body of believer, moving Christ-like, and then you multiply that. Obviously, it's not only inside the household with the sex thing, obviously, but also outside the household with the community. See, if I'm not allowed to grow, I would still think that being fruitful, multiply means make a family, not knowing it means something much deeper than that. See, I had to grow. So I had to be allowed to grow. I had to be given that space. If not, I would still be stuck in a archaic mindset. 9:47, still got time. Lack of empathy for your aspirations. They might not fully understand or support your desire to change, dismissing your goals as unimportant. And guess what? That's their right. If they believe your goals is unimportant, okay, cool. The goals is unimportant to you, but I'm going to change, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like the only way you can stop me from changing is actually killing me. And who has the balls to do that? Next up, negative reinforcement. Now, I say because when it comes to the word negative reinforcement, I normally use this when it comes to disciplining children, whether it be verbal, it can be physical, negative reinforcements. There's a way if you steer clear from that, if you go down the wrong if you mishandle that, excuse me, it could lead to years of trauma and that type of stuff. And also, one more thing, I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna do a show about this. Maybe not this month, maybe not. We'll see. But I'm gonna show you guys. Keep this in mind. I'm gonna show you guys how verbal abuse is a lot more damaging than physical abuse. I'm going to tell you guys how verbal abuse is a lot more damaging than physical abuse. We'll talk about that later, but let me read this. Negative reinforcement. Using guilt trips to subtle criticism to discourage change can be a tactic used by an individual who wants to keep you the same. Using guilt trips or subtle criticism to discourage change. Yeah, they could just call you a while, but like, oh, you think you so smart now. Back then, when I know you were still thinking this, you were still thinking that, you were still thinking that this situation means this. Now you feel like you're so smart, you just know everything. It's a little subtle shit like that. But let's continue. Traditional values. Strong adherence to established norms and customs can make them restraint to anything that deviates from the familiar. It's just, there is nothing wrong with consistency, ladies and gentlemen. Consistency is a great thing, but at what cost? Because if somebody starts to change, for some reason, people think that's going to rock their own foundation or their own core, and they don't know what to do with it. And you gotta ask the person, when is people allowed to grow? When? Low tolerance of ambiguity. This might struggle. Excuse me. They might struggle with situation where the outcome or change is unclear, preferring predictable scenarios. Like I said, that goes with. I guess people want to be consistent. Like I said, there is absolutely nothing wrong with being consistent. However, what is more important, consistency or growth? Consistency or growth? People are going to have to ask themselves that. What is more important, consistency or growth? Let's see where we at. Oh, okay. important consideration. Oh, okay. I don't necessarily have to go in detail to that, but I wanted to point that out because, like I said, I was going down the timeline and I noticed that on social media, to be exact, IG, and somebody of this particular person was complaining like everybody wanted to change around, and I thought this was a skit, a piss poor skit, by the way. But no, it was a real thing. They really don't like the idea that everybody's changing around them. And guys, people are making decisions, they're making changes. And I guess because the insecurities that they're battling is in their story or in their world, everything evolves around them. Ashton, good morning. Everything evolves around them. Every single thing about their life, the people, the jobs, conversations, everything has to revolve around them. And the slightest change can disrupt their world because they're so focused on creating their own world that they lose a sense of reality that these players or these characters that you have in your fantasy land have their own, are in control of their own lives. Every last one of them. That's why it's easy for me to go in and out of social media, YouTube, or audio apps because I'm in control of my own life. I make the decisions. I make the final decisions. So let me make that point loud and clear. People can suggest anything to me. That's fine. I will listen. Christopher Guar, aka Christopher J, makes the final decision. Because, and also because if it blows back on my in my face, nobody. I have yet in my 36 years, 37 next month, 37 months, years of living, 37 years of living, I have yet to see anybody come to my defense when they suggested a bad decision and I'm left holding the bag at the end and all fire is on me. That's why usually I don't allow people to make a decision for me because it's usually the wrong decision. My family did that for a long period of time. That's why I'm over here and they're over there. Yeah, I don't. That's just me. I don't allow people to make decisions for me, even if that means that their consistency is compromised or their storyline is compromised. The pieces to the puzzle in their world is compromised. I don't allow people to control me. The only way you could, I will give you this. The only way you could say you control me is if I allow it. Because I actually analyzed what you said. Cowboy, what's good, man? Because I actually analyzed what you said. I'm actually thinking about what about this situation do I want from it? Not like the whole, you got to think about this, you got to think about that, you got to ask this, you got to ask that. I want what I want out of situations. I don't want what you want. So when a lot of people are telling me that when you talk to people, when you interact with them, how come you don't ask them this question? Or how come you don't partake in this? How come you don't do that? Christopher Guard does what he wants. Christopher Guard only wants what he wants. I don't want what you want. That's why I ask the questions I ask. That's why I do the things that I do. Because this is what I genuinely want. If you want that for yourself, you do it. Or if you want to introduce me to an angle that I have never considered or never seen, I'm willing to entertain. I'm willing to listen. But if I ask the question, excuse me, if I partake in any situation or ask any questions, because I generally that's all I want from it. I don't want any more. If I wanted more, I would ask for more. I would ask for what I want. This little bit from this situation is what I want. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. That's at least my level of consistency. I want what I want. The fucking end. If you want more, cool. I don't mind you getting more. And who knows? I might just watch from a distance to see what that looks like. Yeah, I might like it. In most cases, I don't. I don't like it. Or no, no, no. Some cases I don't like it. Some cases I don't like it. And most cases I don't give a fuck about. Just like straight like that. Now, with um, now I think a lot of people, the reason why a lot of people want me to remain the same because they have trouble figuring me out. And I'm really, if I'm, okay, that was odd. Let me see something. All right. So, think about where I was at 10 years ago. And look where I'm at right now. Yeah, I don't know why I struggle streaming, but it is what it is. Yeah, look where I'm at right now. That's called growth. That's called changing. If I was the same person I was 10 years ago, Lord knows if I was to even be here right now. I probably would have lost my mind. I had to learn to adapt. I had to learn to make changes. And that's because I'm in control of my environment. I'm in control of my world. So, like I said, a lot of people don't know me. So I'm gonna make the foundation. I'm gonna make this my foundation. I want this to be very clear. And I mean very clear. And guess what? This is subject to change because I am a student at life, so I'm still learning things. But so that there is no confusion of where I stand, obviously my stuff is going to be, for the most part, biblically supported or biblically principalized. Here's my foundation. Until further notice, the foundation is to prioritize me. Dr. Still, how you doing? The foundation right now is to look out for yourself. Meaning, I spent years trying to help people, and I see that I have neglected myself to some degree. And by doing that, I have allowed a lot of disrespect to take place. So I'm going back to a foundation that I should have never neglected, and that is to focus on me, prioritize me, get make the best decision for me. Mississippi Rose 2 words. Oh, that's just cooking. Um, to focus on me. Because right now, me about to be 37, I think I have devoted my life to others. I think more than enough. And now I just need to start looking out for me. Now, does that mean I'm going to not take care of somebody or do right by somebody? That's not what that means. I'm always going to do right by anybody and everybody that I come across. What I'm saying is the foundation of any of my principles, any of my thought process, any of my values is going to be me. Because, you know why it's going to be me? Because everything that I stand on is coming from the Bible. It's coming from God, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. So that's just because me focusing on me, not only does it help me, wait for it, it helps everybody else around me. They get to understand me more. They get to have a safe space around me. They get to, I'm not going to go as far as to say what they said the other day when it comes to weaponizing their femininity. Jesus, that was a wild line. But you get more out of me when I focus on me. You get the most out of me. You get the best of me when I focus on me. Saturday, I'm graduating from college, to be exact. This Saturday, I'm graduating from college. I had to, in this next chapter that I'm in my life, I had to focus, literally focus on me. What is the best outcome for me? Not what's the best outcome for my son, not what's the best outcome for his mother, not what's the best outcome from any, definitely not the best outcome for my family, because I don't even rock with them like that. What's the best outcome for friends of mine? No. That I need to focus and prioritize me. So if anybody asks, how can you say this? How can you say that? How can you think this? How can you think that? It's real easy because the foundation is me. Any principles that is created is to benefit me. And if everything benefits me, it benefits everybody else. So why the fuck would you not allow people to change? Stop being a cancer in people's lives. Let them change. It will benefit you. Who knows? It might actually save your life. That was a different level of get it off your chest, because we're gonna get back to because y'all had me reading case studies that experts have touched upon about traits of those who don't want you to change. Yeah, I have to. Yeah, because I don't know, that video I saw, I should have saved it and did it get off your chest so I could have played it. But that really, really fucking bothered me, and I do not know why. I mean, I know why, because I came from the life of people want you to literally not grow as a person. I literally came from that life. Well, let me not say just came from that life. Excuse me. Let me be more responsible than that. I used to be in that life. I seen it inside the house. I seen it outside the house. I seen it everywhere that I went. And guess what? I didn't have the ability like I do now to speak up for myself. I didn't have the confidence or the courage or the word bank to articulate myself. I do now. Still got some more growth to go. Excuse me, still got some more growing to do. I will openly admit that. However, part of me wished what I knew now, I knew back then. Granted, it'll led to a lot of physical altercations inside the house and outside the house. I will openly admit that. And granted, I also, what I know now, like I say, people always want to look at my strength, my size, my height. They want to look at, I'm 6'1". They want to look at that I'm 300 pounds. I say you need to look at what techniques and maneuvers do I know is probably where you want to focus on. But I say all that to say is I am growing. even somebody who will be 37 on November 30th, I am still growing. I am still learning. I'm still maturing. I'm still educated. After all, I am in a new chapter in my life right now. So I have to, because everything that was taught to me worked from birth all the way to last year. Now that I'm moving forward alone. Now I got to see what was taught to me. Obviously, everything that was taught to me did not make sense, add value, or help achieve the ultimate goal. So the question is now is what about this stays and what about it goes? I am currently in that stage right now, but unfortunately, people want me to stay in a child's place, mentally, of course, and they don't want me to progress. I'm trying to figure. I'm trying to figure out why, but we already went over the traits. Like I said, controlling, overly attached to the status quo, fearful of uncertainty, highly traditional, possessive of current identity, lacking adaptability, and may even express subtle or disapproval criticism when you attempt to grow or evolve in a new direction. And so people don't think I'm pulling that out of my ass. If you scroll up, the links are right there. Go do your research. So, in closing, stop preventing people from growing. They might have, they were taught something, and guess what? In real time, you are finding out, you are witnessing that person realizing that does not work. I need to abandon that thought immediately. Allow them to grow, and you be happy that you are in the presence of somebody who's realizing something. Because a lot of people are old, stubborn, hard-headed, and don't want to move off their rock. I think it's a blessing, and it shows a level of maturity and strength when somebody say, "Hey, I think I got this wrong, and I want to abandon this thought process." And Omni, what's up? And I want to abandon this thought process, and I want to go ahead and try something new, try something different. You know what? Although I gotta go, we still got time. Um, I know I should have had this on the charger. Hold on, y'all. Let me go get a bottle of water. Let me actually go get my charger from upstairs. Because we still continue this conversation. Okay. Yeah, I'm still here. I just need to get got my charger. Just need to get a bottle of water. Oh shoot! And blow out that candle. Let me turn that off. All right, let's go ahead and get out of here. right. Oh shoot! I need to get the paperwork. Oh, and I need to get something from upstairs too. I don't need that. Yeah, cause gotta get this boy's clothes. And also, I need to find a laundromat. And I need. I guess I'll just bring the other half of the clothes on Wednesday when I pick them up. Hey, how you doing? Almost bust my ass. All right. Okay. I know I'm a little bit too close to the. Little, okay. There we go. I know some of y'all are, why you chunking shit? That's just how I do. Okay. Please charge. Are you serious? Okay, good. That one charge, good. I know it's a little bit loud. Give me one second. I'm about to put my earbuds in. Okay. Let me actually make sure this is the right paperwork. It should be because I opened it. I've seen it, but life tends to play. Okay, perfect. Yep, that's it. Why is that popping out? Okay. All right. Now we on the road. Yeah, I got stopping. Get this boy breakfast too. Now that anything else is this. But yeah, what was he talking about? I just lost my shoot train of thought. That's why. Oh, okay. That's why that's opening because of the
bumpy roads. All right. So regarding what I was saying earlier, I meant what I said. The foundation, foundation is based on me, prioritizing me. Because I have the reason now some people are gonna ask, why have you not been prioritizing yourself? That's a great question. Now here's the answer to that. Because I have been putting anybody and everybody above me. I've been prioritizing a lot of people's just putting people whatever their wants, needs, whatever it is, I put their stuff above mine. And I always make sure that they're taken care of more so than whatever I got going on because I didn't want to be perceived as selfish. I want to perceive as being um there's what I'm looking for. I'm just having a brain for it right now. Um but let's just stick with selfish. Insensitive, there you go. I didn't want to be perceived that because I know that's not who I am. So well, excuse me. I That's not who I wanted to be myself. So I did certain things thinking like, all right, I have to do right by others first, and I had to worry about others first. And I always heard to say you have to be selfish before you become selfless. I understood what they're saying. Like I can tell you why they said it, but that's not something I believed in. That's not something I adopted. And when I just look back and think of just having one of those days where I just think about the last few years or whatnot, I asked myself, what did you gain out of putting others before you? Like, what did you gain? Like I said in the last show, I met up with an old friend last night, and she wanted to thank me and apologize to me. Thank me for being kind, being nice, and everything I said, being honest. But she also apologized to me because of the way she acted towards me and how obviously that didn't those choices came back to haunt her later on down the road. Now, it was accepted. The thank you was appreciated. But I had to really think about this. All of that in like what 11 years later, I finally got the gratification, and I put gratification in air quotes. I finally, at that outside of that one situation, out or from that one situation, I got my just dues, and it's like, was it worth it at the end? Honestly, truthfully, the answer is no. No, it's not worth it. I got a thank you and an apology 11 years later. Now, like, again, I'm grateful for I'm grateful that she acknowledged that she was wrong, and I'm grateful that she's grateful of my what's what I'm looking for, of how I treated her. But at the end of the day, was it worth it? Like I said, waiting 11 year, well, not waiting, getting 11 apology out of 11 years. And also well, I won't do that because then I'll be petty. Yeah, waiting 11 years, excuse me, I keep saying the word waiting, but it's actually getting an apology 11 years later and I thank you. It's like, no, I should have just been focusing on me. Like, had I focused on me, I wouldn't been in a position where this person could have reached out to me. I could have been not only I could have been focused on myself, I could have been gone, like far gone. Now, like I said, who knows? I probably would have been instead of graduating college this Saturday, I'm probably graduating years late, years earlier. Because had I just focused on me, I was focused on everybody else. And honestly, that's a lesson I have been learning since December of last year to now. It's like focus on you. Stop worrying about everybody else. Now, I did not say neglect your duties as your responsibilities. I never said that. But focus on you. Focus on what you want to do. I, with my resume, my degree, uh, that is, and with my experience in business and management, yeah, I'm using leveraging all of that for to number one work 40 hours a week compared to the 90 that I do, and number two, that's going to then position me for obviously a promotion or higher pay. That's what I'm doing right now. Hold on. But I could have been doing that years earlier, but I decided to focus on other people. Now I'm focusing on me. And in this last, well, okay, in the last 10 months, I was able to trim, just focus on me, ladies and gentlemen. I was able to trim some bills that I never needed or I did not need it. I'm able to work full time and pay for college. I I will be looking into opportunities for what I after college because I want to do this one at a time. Was I got it as I got a new place and I got a new outlook or aspect of life. So if I'm not, and I will openly admit at first with me finding prioritizing me, part of me almost wanted to hate my previous self, but the only reason why I'm not doing that is because I had to go through that to get to where I'm at right now. So I won't hate that person. I will understand things happen and I will show grace to my previous or my younger self. I will show grace. And somebody said, that don't make no sense. Why you show grace to your younger self? The reason, and the only reason why, hold on, y'all. Uh, let me, okay. Sorry about that. I had to text Grace's mom and let her know that I'm 10 minutes out. Yeah, the reason why I'm showing my reason I'm showing myself grace because nobody wanted to show me grace growing up. So the first person, so I had to show that people want to call it inner child. I said, all right, cool. You got to show that inner child some grace because he never got that. And also that inner child needs to be protected at all costs. And how ironic, while protecting your inner child, that's another form of focusing on you. And now that healing process can start to begin. Yeah, because the Hill Project does the Hill Project has for the case of me, the Hill Project has begun. It started December of last year when I made it when I ultimately made a decision to eventually stop worrying about what's going on around me and focus and prioritize self. And like I said, with me doing that, I have became a better man. I became a better father, a better friend, a better everything. Do I want to go to Burger King right now, or do I want to go to go get uh oh well, in worst case scenario, I'll just get them Happy Meal. Also, after that stream for last night, update everybody. Uh, my assignment for last week has finished, so I have just today and tomorrow of no, at least not worrying about school until Tuesday. Um, and yeah, I still go to school. I still graduate, but I still got to go to school. But that's cool. I'm not tripping. Just give me my degree. Um, I was able to start filming for the final project. Well, not resume filming for the final project. I got the last shots in of my last place. I got the new shots for my new place. And a lot of people is gonna ask, what is this new movie? What's this short film about? It's gonna be, I'll put it like this, it's gonna be my life moving forward. So that way when I disappear, at least everybody knows what I'm doing and where I'm going. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna like this arrangement. Man, I forgot that it's a Texans. But then again, I somewhat Grace's mom and I is a little bit late this morning anyway, so I tell you what, when church is over, we are gone. No, I'm about to take the back way to get to 16 because I'm not about to sit through this. All right, as I am getting closer to the I'm getting closer to the grandparents' house right now, so let me switch lanes. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end the live right now. I'm about to scoop up my son, take him to church, and he finally gets what he wants because he's like, church is too long. Can we go later? So we're gonna stay for a few and we can go ahead and leave. I was like, boy, hush. But yeah, let me get out the phone. Thank you guys for listening to me for the last hour. This was all the freestyle, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't done those in a while. Well, I should get it up to chest. It's still freestyle, but to go a whole hour off the top, just get it off the chest style. Hey, it is what it is. But I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. Thank you guys for tuning in. BTSI show, Chris.